Hello my lovely potatoes and welcome back to a new video. It's been a damn long time, I think more than a year the last time I spoke to you, and there has been happening a lot. So the last video that I recorded with a voiceover, that was on Microsoft. Since then I bought myself a new PC last year in May and switched completely to Linux. Cold turkey. Why? Because I don't think I can trust Microsoft anymore, and honestly, I've been a lot happier on Ubuntu. It is a little bit finicky to get into, to be fair, and there is a lot of adapting to new software and mostly free and open source, aka FOSS software, since that's probably the best way to go when you are going to this different operating system. But I think I've got a grip on it at this point. Another thing that you might have noticed if you watched my shorts in the meantime, I was dabbling a little bit in game dev, and to be honest, it's actually fun. It's kind of fun to work with other people on small projects and see the stuff that you're creating move around on the screen while you're pushing the buttons. So it's actually really rewarding to just make little animations for stuff like that and see how the things work out, and also look at the feedback that playtesters are giving. And it's just, yeah, it's just fun. So what I've dabbled in was in Godot, which is, as you might have guessed, a free and open source game engine, and it also looks pretty interesting in terms of what you can do with it. So you can do 2D game and you can do 2D games, you can do 3D games. You can even make useful applications that you can find, for instance, on itch.io. Really great website if you're looking for new and interesting indie games. And if you are into stuff like game jams, which are kind of contests for new or established game developers, indie developers, you might also find something cool on there. So if you'd like to check that out, I'll put a link into the description to my itch.io, and maybe also check out the website as a whole if you're new to the whole game dev and indie game thing. I definitely recommend it. Another engine I want to try out is also Unity. So there has been some controversy last year about their price policy, but luckily enough they actually stepped that one back. So I thought I might as well just give it a shot, since that one seems to be a little bit better with 3D work, and I also kind of want to get a bit more into this. To elaborate further, I was trying out some stuff with making low poly 3D work, like low poly models, and I was actually painting textures on paper for those. And to visualize that, I might actually put that into the video right here somewhere to show what I did with that. I'm kind of happy with it because it still gives that kind of paper crafty feel to it, though I'm not quite sure how I can achieve the same optics in Godot, and I'm kind of wondering if it works better in Unity than in Godot. But we will see when I actually get to implementing this 3D paper craft style in any kind of game engine. It's definitely an interesting way to work since it kind of combines traditional and digital workflows in a bit of a unique way. At least I haven't seen something like that yet. Though if you've seen something like that, I would love to hear from you. So maybe put it in the comments if you've seen some kind of 3D style with hand-painted textures like mine. I would be really curious if there's something already out there that I can maybe get some inspiration from. That would be kind of cool. And while you're at it, if you like the video, you might leave a thumbs up, or if you really like the video, maybe also consider subscribing if you haven't already. It would be really nice. Well, with that out of the way, let's get to the bigger news. I've been trying to figure out why my brain functions the way it does for, I guess, about a decade now. And now I'm not thinking I'm quirky or I'm kind of special. I just don't work like normal humans, I guess. I've just not. Let's just say that some things just work differently from the norm, which isn't bad. It's just, well, I have to adapt to it. And after a lot of figuring out and researching, I came to the conclusion that it must be some kind of neurodivergence. Like my brain is kind of differently wired, so therefore functions differently. And not too long ago, like a little bit over a month ago, I got an ADHD diagnosis. Finally. It took me like 2-ish years to actually find someone, and with thankfully a lot of help and kind of luck that I got this ADHD coach the way I did, which is definitely not... Let's just say not everyone gets this opportunity, and she is a real lifesaver for what she did for me. So my ADHD coach that I got before I got my diagnosis actually managed to help me out to get one. And since then, I've been taking medication for my ADHD. And it sounds kind of weird, but it feels like I'm not missing that much time anymore. Like, I've noticed that I've used to take a lot more time for doing the most basic stuff, like getting groceries, getting to the train station, stuff like that. And it feels like I'm actually not getting too much sidetracked by things. It still kind of happens, but I'm getting more the grip of my brain to go the way I want it to, instead of getting sidetracked by the smallest of things. I still need to practice to actually work with it, but it's a lot of help. And I'm still trying to figure out the dosage, but it's working better. And it is such a nice feeling to be able to kind of function better at this point. So I hope that I can manage to do more. And I've also got a lot more motivated to post more on social media thanks to that. So I really hope that this could be the beginning of something special, especially because this is also helping me getting motivated in all of the game dev stuff and learning new things and getting invested in other things that are really interesting. So I'm kind of excited for the future. And yeah, I'm getting a bit on a tangent here. As you might have noticed, I'm still a little bit reserved about recording voiceovers and stuff, and I really want to get a bit more comfortable with that. Just like maybe streaming again in the future, which I actually made a little bit of a PNG tuber avatar for that I kind of want to show off because I take a lot of pride in actually managing to learn how to make stuff like that because they are really fun. So I hope that I'm getting a bit more confident thanks to the help of my ADHD coach, my meds, a lot of encouragement, and maybe you giving me the feedback I need to be better. And until then, I hope you liked what you heard, what you saw, because it was also fun painting this this little sketch and getting into gouache again. And until the next one, maybe it's going to be an animation again. I'm not sure yet. I'll see you soon. Bye bye.